All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. So we're talking New York Giants, folks. We're less than 2 weeks away from the start of the NFL draft. I haven't made a Giants video in way too long, folks. I apologize, but can you blame me? The Giants are coming off a catastrophical season, going 6-11. Just not good, not great, not anything honestly notable. It sucked. And you lost guys like Saquon Barkley. You lost a couple of other folks. It's what it is. It is what it is. But you have the 6th overall pick in the first round of the draft. You've got your 2nd round pick from Seattle. You got a 3rd rounder, a 4th rounder, a 5th rounder, and a 6th rounder. The thing is with the Giants, man, it just sucks, dude. I don't mind Daniel Jones, but I don't love Daniel Jones. I definitely don't hate him, but I definitely don't love him. If a guy like J.J. McCarthy's available at pick number 6, folks, I'm going J.J. McCarthy at pick number 6. I hate to be that guy. If I am that guy, I don't really know what the Giants sentiment is right now. I haven't made a Giants video in way too long, folks. Last season was a catastrophical disaster. You went from a wild card berth, taking down a 13-win team in the Minnesota Vikings, to just whatever the hell last season was. I'm not sold on Danny Dimes, but I'm not selling on Danny Dimes. It's just such a weird, intriguing spot to be if you're a New York Giants fan. Folks, that sounded a little bit desperate or a little bit down bad. I do not hate the Giants roster. I definitely don't hate the Giants roster. So obviously we're talking about the New York Giants for the first time in way too long in tonight's video. If you guys enjoy it, be sure to hit that like button, hit that sub button for daily NFL content. If you want more Giants videos, let me know down below, because we're going to be pumping them out all off season nonetheless. Man, just to keep it a buck with you guys, the Giants were one of these teams I had, especially after just some way, somehow making the playoffs with Saquon Barkley and Danny Dimes, 15 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. Brian Daboll started off hot. The Giants last season were one of those teams I had circled as a wild card, and none of it ended up panning out. And it is unfortunate, but folks, when I look at this roster on paper, especially the offseason thus far, I really don't mind it. I don't hate it at all. I think, obviously you lost Saquon Barkley, but I do think Devin Singletary is a capable, competent running back. And I don't think, even if you are a Super Bowl contender, but, especially considering the Giants last season, I don't think you need to pay an arm and a leg for a star running back. I just don't think it's that much of a needle mover where Saquon Barkley's asking price long-term makes all that much sense for the New York Giants. So, surprisingly for me, in my opinion, as a Green Bay Packers fan, I don't hate the change for Devin Singletary as opposed to Saquon Barkley. I know that probably rubs some people the wrong way, but, folks, I really don't hate it. Danny Dimes is so interesting. He's so interesting. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. And I hate to rag on players on these videos, but I don't believe he can take the New York Giants to the promised land. With that being said, you do have the 6th overall pick. So no matter what, the New York Giants should end up with either one of the top quarterbacks, one of the top wide receivers, or a nice haul of picks for trading down. So it all depends on what their GM and what their organization decides to do. But folks, if J.J. McCarthy is available at pick number 6, I'm taking it. But if Michael Penix Jr. is available at pick 47 in the 2nd round, I'm taking it. I don't hate Danny Dimes. I'm not enamored. I don't love Danny Dimes. I think he can get the job done, as we saw 2 seasons ago. But long term, the dude's been in the league for 5+ seasons. I would trade up for a quarterback. I don't really know where Giants fans stand on this opinion here, but Danny Dimes, to me, The most I can do with Daniel Jones as my starting quarterback is probably win one playoff game. Like, that's probably the cap. The dude's getting not old, but he's been in the league for so long. You paid him a fat bag, and I would pull 49ers. I would say F it and try and find your quarterback, whether that's with pick 6, whether that's in the second round, third round, fourth round. I don't really care. I would find your future quarterback in this year's NFL draft class because it's quote unquote a historical QB draft class. If you consider JJ McCarthy worthy of a pick in the top 6, a pick number 6, that way you're looking at 4 QBs, 3 wide receivers, and an offensive tackle in Joe Alt, who could possibly chosen with pick number 6 to New York. So it's not a horrible spot to be. I wouldn't trade back. If JJ McCarthy is available on the board, folks, I would say no disrespect, no shade whatsoever, all respect given. I would say F it to Daniel Jones, and I would draft JJ McCarthy right there, right now at pick number 6. But at the same time, it's hard to evaluate the Giants' offense in general because I look at their wide receiving core that could potentially add a guy like Malik Neighbors or Odunze or whatever. I look at guys like Jalen Hyatt coming off his rookie season, Darius Slayton, Wan'Dale Robinson, Isaiah Hodgins, Darren Waller, Daniel Bellinger. Like last season, statistically, it's a crapshoot. Like it really is. It's just, I don't know what to do with any of it that I saw from New York's wide receivers last season, where it's like, obviously I would take a guy like Malik Neighbors, but if a guy like JJ McCarthy is available at pick number 6, 100% I'm going with JJ McCarthy. Like, we've seen enough from Daniel Jones. What does he have? One winning season? Like, I'm not enamored by him. I don't love him. But that contract is huge. I'm not opposed, especially because of their offensive additions and their defensive additions. You got Aaron Stinney coming over. You got John Runyon, Jermaine Illuminor, Devin Singletary, Brian Burns in a huge trade, Jordan Phillips most recently, Jalen Mills. You've still got great pieces like Kayvon Thibodeau, Bobby Okereke, Mika McFadden. You've got Deontay Banks last year. Like, it's just a strange place to be, and I really don't have a solution for my Giants fans watching this video. We haven't made a Giants video in way too long, so I'm kind of trying to gauge what Giants fans are thinking about their 6th pick in the first round in this year's NFL draft class. So really, that's it today, folks. Let me know if you're a Giants fan, especially, what are you doing at pick number 6? That's it for me.